Alrighty, let's run around here. Getting to play as one of the ladies for once. Go break some boxes. Some EP charge, I need that after that mess of a boss fight we just failed through. Alrighty. Game's running a little bit smoother here. I actually made some upgrades to the computer, so we should hopefully have a little bit less technical issues. Alright, now we need to go to Aurochs Fort, I believe, to go report about the thing that we just did. So let's head on this way. What else do we got for enemies over here? Nothing much. Can't tell if the audio is super loud for just me or if that's just in general. So if anybody's watching, let me know if the game audio seems a little bit too loud. It's mostly the background music's really loud at the moment, so I was just kind of concerned. Ooh, we're stopping to check on Rean. I mean, he hurt his shoulder, so I guess we could slow down and that might help, but I don't imagine it would make much difference. Oh, it was bleeding. Interesting. Those first aid skills are top-notch. They are. That's what that is. First aid. If we recall, she said some magic words and suddenly his shoulder was feeling a little better, which is, again, very intriguing since we haven't... There's like a pseudo-magic with quartz, but there seems to be implying some sort of actual magic going on. If you're truly in pain, there's no shame in admitting it. Thanks, guys. We get it, but he'll be fine. Did you rub some kind of special ointment on the wound? No, nothing special. Oh, no, never mind. She's changing the story. I think from back home. Ah, okay. It's her grandmother's medicinal herbs. That's what it is. My old master often used something similar. So this line is kind of amusing to me because it makes me wonder, is his old master also using strange magic? Or is it actually a medicinal herb? Or did he just come up with the same lie? You know, Fee? You and I can relate on this. I do want to know more. I don't know the recipe or anything. Actually, I'm more impressed with you, Fee. And she's dodging the question. Interesting. Let me do something really quickly here off screen. Yeah, okay, we're good there. There, and there. Okay. Hey, she murdered that thing real good. Unnaturally agile. I mean, we've seen her run up walls and, like, jump out of two-story buildings. I don't know about that being unnatural. At this point, I'm pretty sure lack of agility would be unnatural for her. Are you certain you're 2 years younger than us? That makes Fee, what, 15? 15 or 16? I think the character's just 17 or 18, somewhere in there. She's just accustomed to combat. Accustomed? Yeah. Maybe we'll find out one day why Fee would be more accustomed to combat than the rest of the party. Alright, back to running around. I don't know. There's a point here where Rean actually becomes able to fight again, but I don't think we're there yet. Oh. Oh my god.
Here they come. Be careful, everyone. I'll handle it.
Alrighty. Let's get back into the swing of things here. Get some links going. You two can link, so you're pretty much the frontline fighters. Or you could just miss. That's 500, 600 damage I didn't want to eat, but, you know, we're here. We did it. We'll survive. Grab thrust. I'm kind of not in a position anymore to just try and be economical about these fights. So I think we're just going to literally throw everything we have at them at all times and pray it's enough. Have I already scanned you guys? I have. Alright, cool. The Hydro Cannon. Arceus. Energy Shell. Heal them.
Hang in there, everyone.
I'm not really sure what he's shooting in the air that it is healing them, but
I'll handle it.
we'll concede that it must have something to do with quartz. Good. Stay in that line. Get shot with a Hydro Cannon.
Okay.
My goodness, this wolf is just kicking our ass. Stab it.
Now.
Broken.
Easy clap.
We fight pretty well together.
It was hardly a challenge.
Those two working well together. I appreciate it. I will try and get as many of the Fee combination voice lines as I can. I'm going to try and get every combination I can, actually. But so something's up here. I'm pretty sure this is where we can grab the salt that we need, the bath salts that we needed. We're not going to eat them, but, you know, they're here.
Leave it to me. I'll handle this.
Use this as
My
swing
turn.
as... The problem here is everybody else's swing is
Very
so
well.
much slower than Reen's, because Reen's comes out so quickly when he needs to swing. There we go.
Let's get this over.
There's kind of a
with.
delay on the rest of the party, so I have to
My
be like
turn.
really diligent about how I get behind enemies. Let's flashbang these wolves. Not sure if they teach you to do that normally, but
Very well.
I feel like wolves would struggle against flashbang grenades.
Go.
Broken. It's my turn. Gleaming blades. Go.
It's my turn.
Shoot it.
Go.
I'll help.
Easy.
Okay.
Hey, we're surviving out here.
Done. But we can't relax yet.
I'm not getting that much experience, to be honest. Just considering how much we're struggling in these fights, you'd think we would be leveling faster, but maybe I'm just bad. Smoke grenade, I'd work with that.
I spied treasure.
Oh. Fee, on the ball, spy and treasure. Use this running around like he has a sword, but he doesn't. There we go, we fixed it. What did we get? We got quartz, didn't we? We got mine 2, art strength 20. That's actually solid. She lose? Okay. She's running out of EP anyway, so reducing her maximum isn't going to make much difference. Oop. Let me get an advantage. Thank you.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish it. I'll handle it.
When in doubt, flashbangs. Where Fee is keeping all of these concussive grenades, I really don't know, but
I'll handle this.
she seemingly has an endless supply.
It's my turn.
She's a crit turn, but she can't really do a whole lot with that, I don't think. Have we scanned these guys yet? We have. Cool. Swords.
Gleaming blades.
Throw magic swords at them. I can get behind that.
This is it.
I can shoot them.
Gotcha. It's my turn.
More
Arcus,
lasers.
activate.
We could start casting spells. I don't know how much damage Ariel's going to do, but hopefully more than nothing. Oh, I killed them all.
How
That's
pathetic.
surprising. Uses actually has pretty strong art strength when it comes to casting, but I would not have expected him to kill all 3 of them. Alrighty. Is this it? Is this what? I believe so. It's a rather pretty shade of pink. Is it? Lick? Fee, don't lick the bath salts. It's sweet for salt. Interesting. Are you sure you should be doing that? She's clearly fine. I mean, it's Fee, so I guess we wouldn't really notice if she was acting a little weird. And use this in the bath. I guess I shouldn't be surprised nobles would do such a thing. Let's just take what we need and go. Got some pink salt. Give this to them after we report to the fort, will they? I imagine they'll be satisfied as long as they receive by the end of the day. Yep. Cool. Alright, so that's how that sequence plays out. Easy enough. Let's get some sprinting on. Got some ground to cover here. Ugh. More wolves. Keep causing me
We have the
problems.
advantage.
That's 4 wolves.
Okay.
Luckily for us, Fee has a seemingly endless supply of flashbangs.
Here.
My turn.
Oh, he can get all 4.
Arcus,
Ooh.
activate.
That might kill them all, to be totally honest. What does energy shell do again? It's HP and EP. I wonder if I can get a little bit of recovery
there,
going
everyone.
here. Trying to essentially convert
very much.
Machias's CP
It's my
into
turn.
EP. That way I can
Arcus,
not have to spend items to recover that, since we've been casting a lot of spells. That is so much damage, dude.
How pathetic.
Ooh, we almost hit 18. Reen's already level 18, so the fact that he's getting, I think, a little less XP from being in the back row is not that important to us. It's a bigger deal that everybody over here is doing okay. Okay, now this guy that last time we tried to fight him nearly destroyed us. So, we're gonna drop a quick save here.
my turn.
I don't
It's
know
my turn.
who attacks up high
Right,
enough
eat that.
to really
This
get behind
monster
him.
seems dangerous. Be careful.
Very well. I will serve as your opponent.
Couldn't get behind him. See, that's so much damage. And then he's going to cast Aerial.
Leave it to me.
Break shot impedes, so
How
let's
about
break
this?
that cast that he's about to do. Or we could just miss. That's, you know. It's an option. It's always an option.
Analyzing the
Just
enemy's vitals.
fail miserably. Okay, let's get a detection going. Just because I have
I've
to,
got it.
right? A ferocious bird of prey pulls prey upwards with a whirlwind and then catches it with its sharp talons. Apparently it's weak to fire.
Very
and
well.
earth. Now we're blind because of that whirlwind. We just have to pray rapid thrust lands. Or it misses, and we just eat this aerial, and I think both of them are dead. At least Machias is dead. Oh my god, he lived.
I'll handle it.
Okay. Well, this is dangerous. I can't be using CP at this point. I need like Sylphid Dance or something probably to make this fight work. So we're going to try and go with Fire. Since apparently they're kind of weak to some of the elements. So let's see how much damage this does. 900. It's not bad on damage, but like they have so much health that it's not going to matter. Machias is dead. Cool,
This
cool.
can't be happening.
I'll handle it.
Can I even win this fight? That's the ultimate question here. Or do I just run now and cut my losses? 60% chance? I don't think I have the resources to
retreat.
fight these guys, so we're just gonna try and get away.
Jerks.
Couldn't flee. Awesome. Yeah, that's problematic.
Impossible.
B is also dead. That's 1,000 damage, yep.
I was careless.
That's about how I expected this to turn out. Where is my smoke grenades? And we're out.
Please excuse us.
Alright. What's some Monka? We gotta get everybody up again. It's just lots of fun having to put up with this over and over again. Okay, so we clearly need some work as far as stats and whatnot go. I'm not gonna do that on stream, I don't think, but at some point we may actually need to
Very well.
do a bit of work to get either money or experience, because our bigger issue here right now is not only do I not have enough money to buy all the upgrades I need, but I also don't actually have very good stats. So I wonder if we're just underleveled. I
My
completely
turn.
forgot these guys are... They're turtles, guys. Shit, they are tanks. I don't really understand why I thought it made sense to attack them.
Leave it to me.
They're weak to water, I think? Water and wind. Elemental.
Yeah.
Worst case, hydro cannon. Just draw a bunch of yellow lines all across the fight. See how it goes. That's some really good damage, actually. And of course, I aimed Machias in such a way that Emma's going to waste a bunch of EP attacking. And I have no way to kill this thing before she does.
Arcus, activate.
Oh well.
No.
I spent 110 mana to kill one thing. Or EP, rather. She recovers a little
We
bit,
should be safe now.
but that's some level ups. I'll
Making progress.
get behind that.
I
Level
did it.
18,
That should
18,
suffice.
18. Sweet. Coming along nicely. Okay. Just trying to make sure I don't miss anything running around here. Sprinting some more. I would assume at the fort I can probably recover somewhat. It's got to be like a rest point or something, so I can maybe get back on track here.
Whoa, it's huge.
Is it? Yeah, it's a pretty big fort. I'll admit. Cruisin' Provincial Army Base. Aurochs Fort. I mean, I'm not sure how much stone walls make a difference against tanks and whatnot
This is
in the long
Aurochs
run,
Fort.
but she's a big one. That's real tall.
One of the Kreutzen Provincial Army's premier bases.
Not how I was expecting it to look.
I mean, how were you expecting it to look?
They modified an older fort. A lot.
Do modern forts not look like this?
Something wrong, Eustace?
No, not at all.
Why would Eustace be surprised? Do you think he would know what this place looks like?
Let's go and give our report on the monster we defeated.
Is there any way I can... Let's do that. There we go. Just lower the background music a little bit. Save our audio somewhat. Nope. That's a train. Carrying 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't count them. That's unfortunate. There's a lot of tanks. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.
Isn't that...
That's 8 tanks
A freight train from Bereahard?
from Bereahard.
Looks like it's carrying tanks. Pretty heavily armored ones at that.
Those are the latest
Interesting.
models from the Reinford Company. They're called Oxen.
Oxen. Not like oxen. Oct-zen.
How? Come on. We have things to do.
I mean,
Gosh, why does he have to be so...
He's right, though. We really should keep moving.
Yeah.
it's difficult to point out at this point, but anyone looking at this can tell they are bolstering their military rather significantly. Which is interesting for a regional government to be doing. It implies
goes
we're
there?
preparing for some kind of war.
Wait. Aren't those uniforms... We're members of Thor's Military Academy, Class 7.
Why would they know what Thor's military... I guess... Because we're the only students that do field studies. Why would our uniforms be so well
We
known?
completed a monster extermination task on your behalf and have come to give our report.
Oh, so you're the ones.
We are indeed.
We've been expecting you. You'll forgive my curtness. We just didn't think you'd have someone so young with you as well.
Are they talking about Fee? Yeah, they are talking about Fee. Okay.
So we were able to defeat the monster in question.
We were kinda, barely.
Do you require a written report or is verbal confirmation okay?
Oh no, that's fine.
You were really able to beat that thing, though?
Wouldn't the military normally want like a written report? Don't they like keep paperwork of literally everything?
Somehow or another, yes?
It wasn't easy, but we managed.
Huh, not bad. Not bad at all. We probably should have taken care of it ourselves, but it was a pretty dexterous thing, so we just kind of let it be.
What? Are they implying that they should have taken care of it themselves? They're like, yeah, it was kind of difficult, so we just left it to some school children.
It wasn't tough enough to cause any of us any harm, as long as we were in our armored cars when we encountered it.
Oh, okay. So they just didn't care.
But still, it took a bit of convincing for us to ask a group of students to fight it, as you might imagine.
Oh, well, the way they're talking about it actually makes it sound not so bad.
I can understand that.
Well, it provided a good opportunity for us to test our skills.
And get our asses kicked.
Wait.
Oh, Lord Eustace, what brings you? That uniform, Are you?
So they know about Thor's, they know what our uniforms look like, but they didn't know that their regional lord's son goes to the school? That's weird.
Correct. I've returned to Bereahard as part of a field study for the Academy. I'm here as a student, not as a member of the Alberea household. Please treat me accordingly, the same as you would my classmates.
Fair enough. The usual spiel.
As you wish.
As you wish, Lord Eustace. Wow.
Wow.
Looks like even the provincial army will miss a chance to bend over backwards for him.
Marcus, come on now.
I would like to know, however, about the contents of that train that just passed by here.
Ooh, Eustace is finally, I guess he's seen enough at this point. Like, a couple of tanks here and there, you know, maybe some exercise, moving things around. When you're ordering these tanks, like, that's a lot of money to be investing, and so far we haven't seen any reference to, like, an external force, like another country necessarily, so it's certainly possible. I mean, it's the Erebonian Empire. Imperial forces tend to look to be expansionists, so it's certainly possible they're preparing for an offensive war of some description, but it's certainly questionable.
Ah, you saw it? Our provincial army has finally started getting supplied with tanks. Isn't it exciting?
Yeah, but aren't you guys supposed to be like a peacekeeping force? Usually you don't need tanks to rally civilians together. Like, they're not that dangerous normally.
Armored cars can't hope to compete with tanks in terms of firepower, after all.
But why would you need to fight tanks as a provincial army?
And we can't let the Imperial Army be stronger than us forever.
Ah, see that line, that's rather telling. Wouldn't the Imperial Army be intended to be stronger? I mean, it's the main, it's like, it's the central forces, if you will, like the standing army. Yeah, Marcus is like, that's a weird thing to say.
I see.
Yeah.
The fort also appears to have been fortified quite significantly.
So it didn't look like this before, or at least, granted, Eustace probably didn't visit all that often, so we don't know how long this has been going on, but regardless, Eustace at least remembers this place looking less fortified last time he was here.
Ah, yes. Some rather sizable construction work was carried out just last month.
Last month? Oh, okay.
It'll take more than a little cannon fire to damage these walls now.
Our anti-air defenses are going to be strengthened in the near future, too.
Interesting.
This should soon become a fort we soldiers of the Kreutzen province can truly be proud of. You can count on that.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with bolstering defensive forces. Like, ultimately, again, Erebonia is going through an industrial revolution, essentially, and they are, so, like, modernizing everything makes sense, right? And furthermore, the fact that they're, like, a provincial army, it would make sense, like, to bolster your walls, anti-aircraft, that's all defensive means, like, that. It's sensible to do that. It's the tanks that seems really questionable.
I will.
Yeah, he's just, like, this is...
And with that, I believe we are done here. We should take our leave.
Yeah, everyone here is like, this is some messed up stuff, guys.
It is almost evening after all.
Roger that.
Yeah, Maki is just like, are we just going to gloss over this? We received Spark Arrow. Cool. Let's save again. What does Spark Arrow do? Obviously, it's a spell of some description, but... Spark Arrow. It's a line, causes seal. Whatever. Give more wind spells to use this. Why not? Is there anywhere I can... Oh, there is a rest area. Yes. In we go. The Crescent Moon. Hello, Ulrika. We don't usually get customers like you. Oh, we're soldiers, she means. Okay, that's fine. We're students. She's used to seeing soldiers. Hello, sir. There was some work being carried out on the premises last month. So noisy, I could barely get any work done. Rarely any customers here anyway. Well, first of all, we're going to rest, because we are in rough shape at the moment. Cool. Alright, and let's sell this Sept that we have. Makes a little bit of money. What can we buy? We can buy some sandwiches and some golden juice. We're going to buy some juice. We actually need some... We're potentially going to need to revive some more people, and that's something that does. Okay. Cool. Hello, kind sir. Fumi. That's your name. It's going to get called out. I've been getting called out here pretty frequently these days. Really hard to sit down and enjoy the book. You all seem like you have time to enjoy it, so here. Hey, we got Red Moon Rose, Chapter 4. Do we have all of them so far? Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So the thing about Red Moon Rose, those books, is for each playthrough you go through, you really only get one opportunity to pick them up every time. So I don't 100% remember where all of them are, but we're going to try and pick them all up.
What is the meaning of this?
Yeah, Machias has got to say something.
Machias?
Eustace is like, yeah, come on, man. We both know what's going on here.
If we were on the border with Crossbell or the Republic, maybe I could understand. But why does the Provincial Army here need state-of-the-art tanks?
Yep, that's the issue.
Not to mention anti-air defenses and countless other fortifications. It's utter madness.
Machias.
He makes a good point.
It's also probably the explanation behind the tax hike. I mean, where are they getting the money for all these tanks and stuff? Ah, just double the taxes.
Can you truly be so ignorant? This is the reality of the present situation within the Empire.
Okay. So Eustace is like, this is where we're at right now. We are...
Tensions between Osborn's reformist faction and our noble faction grow worse by the day.
Fair enough.
Though admittedly, it's been happening mostly under the surface, away from the eyes of the general populace.
So what they're implying here is that we are on the cusp of a civil war, essentially.
But this is just one of the many ways that conflict is manifesting itself.
Just an arms race, or some sort of, like, what's the term? Like deterrence, perhaps? Like each side is building up their big military forces to try and stop the other from intervening.
I'd heard rumors, but...
No doubt my father was the one who ordered these fortifications.
Well, I mean, he is the local lord. It would make sense.
I have no intention of giving any comments of my own on his decision.
Politically, that's probably the best decision.
But if you wish to lodge a complaint, I'm quite happy to listen. So?
No, it's fine. The sun's going down. We should get back to Bereahard.
That's kind of weird for Machias to back down there.
Yeah.
Let's go then.
That is strange. Oh well. Let's keep going here. Rain's still out. That's okay. Sprinting. Okay, we actually want to check something here. Notes, battle, Aurochs Canyon. We scanned everything. Everything we've seen, we've scanned. That's good. That means I don't need to put a ton of effort into finding a random enemy. This guy is terrifying still. I would very much like to just not fight him at this point, but I don't know if I can
annoying. Watch out.
avoid him or not.
Let's get this over with.
Leave it to me.
Fee is having a good time. She thinks this is yawn-inducing. I'm terrified. Although there's only one of them this time, so
How about this?
maybe we can do it.
Go!
You're open.
I'll handle this.
Okay. So what are you weak to again? Earth and fire. Well, you don't have a whole lot of that, but Ariel's going to do some damage and maybe kill the small fry. The important thing here is that I need to try and get rid of the weaker guys. We're going to try and blind...
Here.
So Wardar over here. We hit him. He is indeed blind. It's hard to miss a whirlwind, though. Those turtles are pretty weak to that. Perfect, they're dead.
It's my turn.
That is as well as that could have gone. I don't have a lot of good options to hurt this thing with, to be totally honest with you. Ethereal Edge, I guess. When in doubt, how long is it going to take to cast Crystal Flood? A while.
Arcus,
Let's just
activate.
pray he stays in it. Ouch. He's casting, that's okay.
Okay.
Sweep, I believe, impedes. It does.
Target locked.
Cancel it? Perfect.
Gotcha!
Now.
Lots of damage? Big damage? Not really. Probably not worth it, actually.
It's my turn.
Oh, this is awful. We need to kill this raccoon. Okay, just please die. Thank you.
My turn.
You're blind, which is problematic at best. You're also hurting really bad. If I lower his art defense, maybe Runeblade will help me out here. Or we could miss.
My
That's fine too. How fast are you gonna cast Heat Wave? Pretty quickly.
Here
It's
we
probably the
go.
most damage you can do, to be honest. I think it's like 900 damage last time we used it. 850. That's not terrible. He's gonna get a free cast of Aerial though right here, or he's gonna kill Usus.
Impossible.
That's actually the best
Leave it to
thing he
me.
could have done there.
It might be wise
Don't
to
run
retreat.
away. No, not Victory Sandwich. Where is it? Golden Juice. This is why we bought a bunch of
Not bad.
juice so we could
It's my turn.
give it to people. Let me back up with Usus. Drop a Hydro Cannon.
I'll handle it. Here we
Another
go.
Heat Wave. Please don't murder us. That's okay. Oh, then we got a counter out of it. I think we can kill this thing. We might finally do it. It's gonna cost literally everything I have, but we'll get it. Oh, and he's burning.
It's my turn.
He's on fire, which means that he's gonna take a bunch of damage during his next turn.
Broken.
I'll handle this.
Okay, we get a little bit of a heal here. We're gonna do a thing. We're gonna make use of Usus's incredible movement distance and have him just run away. Ooh, and he
What a
died to the
waste of time.
burns.
Let's go.
Yes. We killed the bird. We set it on fire and it died. I can get behind that. Now the important thing about those big guys is they actually they drop U material, which is used to upgrade weapons. So normally you would want to kill a bunch of them to get as much U material as possible to get the weapon upgrades, but as you can see, we struggle to defeat them. So... What am I looking for? Oh yeah, I was gonna check. I was gonna see about cooking, but it occurs to me we already did that earlier. What is that? Is that an air raid siren? It's coming from the fort. We literally just left it. Question mark? What's that? Interesting. I don't know what that is. What was that? Are birds like that common around here? Did that really look like a bird to you? Imbecile, that was no bird. Yeah, I mean, it looked like someone was riding on it. It was a child, actually. Huh. What? Are you certain? Going by build, yeah, I can't get a good look at the face, but I can be 100% sure. So I can't be 100% sure, but I think so. Oh. Oh, the tank's mobilizing. Or armored cars, I guess. Or were you on your way back to Bereahard? Yeah, what's going on? What's the meaning of the siren? Became aware of an intruder in Auroch's fort. Yeah, that thing just flew over. I mean, it's pretty self-evident. It flew right over a military base, didn't get shot down, and then a bunch of alarms went off. Unidentified flying objects and the like, you know? Which direction did it go? Southwest. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you're catching it. That thing was flying in a literal sense. I don't see how you could possibly... I don't know about you, but I can't imagine any military in their right mind being like, oh, this plane just flew overhead. Go chase it with our armored cars. Like, they won't catch it. Yeah, I mean, come on now. What could that have been, though? What capable of flying that's not an airship? this is matter for the army. We should trust them to handle it. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of a weird debacle that we just witnessed, but it's not really our problem at the moment. We're under no obligation to do the provincial army's job for them. Besides which, we have our own hands full with our own tasks. Yeah, we kind of have stuff to hand in at the moment. It is noteworthy to include in our report. Well, I mean, we probably should include it, yeah. And Green's shoulder's just fine. Wow. Are you? Everyone seems really surprised, so I think perhaps that this injury looked really bad. A significant injury could heal so quickly. You have some kind of alien constitution? I'm pretty sure I don't. Was just really... It's just the medicine, man. It's just really effective. That must be it. Reen can now be placed in the active battle party. Set him as the leader, place him back in the camp menu. We are actually going to put Reen back in there. For... I think he uses this, maybe? It's tough to say. We'll switch him with Machias for now, and we'll just kind of rotate around. Get the team back in position here. Cool.
My turn.
Okay.
Go!
Let's rearrange our party here. I just don't like how the list on the right-hand side was sorted, so I'm fixing it. Alrighty. Making our way back down the canyon path. Make sure to kill everything on the way, that way we can try and soak up a little bit of experience. Just keep throwing flashbangs at the wolves every time. I don't even care at this point.
Go! There!
Autumn Leaf Cutter. It's so forgiving on what's in the circle for Autumn Leaf Cutter.
We're open.
Very well.
It's my turn. Here. I'll handle it.
Kill it.
Hostiles neutralized. Guess we're safe.
Fee speaks in a very interesting way. Ugh. Don't do that. Easy.
Now's our chance. Let's
It's
get
so much easier to fight enemies with Reen because his
Okay.
slash comes out just so fast.
Here.
Cool.
Go!
Can I... We're just gonna go for 2. There's no way I get 3 of them in that. Cool, cool.
My turn.
Take some Seph out of that. This guy's blind, so I'm less worried about him. One day we will hit these wolves
It's
with
my
a
turn.
physical attack. One day.
Gleaming
And
blade.
these 2.
Go.
Cool.
My turn.
Fee, please. Hey, she got him.
Very well. Go!
Emma?
I'll help.
Gonna finish him off? Not quite.
Here we go!
We have a 0 Arts turn. Let's cast a spell. Why not? Kill it with fire.
That's that. Let's keep moving.
Alright. Making some progress. Got some more... Plenty of more plot coming up, but, it's good to get a little bit of combat in here, get the blood pumping.
Revenge is ours. Let's finish him.
Here we go! There!
I'll handle it. Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I wanted, but it's done now, so...
Very well.
Ring Blade hit both? Of course not. That'd be too much to ask. You just kill that thing.
It's my turn. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I'll handle
I
this.
keep hoping to get a
What a waste of
proper
time. Let's
strike
go.
here so I can get one of the ending quotes for the pairs, but I just keep not getting them, so I can't get the follow-up with the Arcus. We're gonna kill both of these guys here. help ourselves along a little bit. Maybe get a little bit extra
We
money.
have the advantage.
I'll handle it.
Or miss.
My
That's-
turn.
You know, it's always an option. We seem to
I'll
really
handle
like
this.
that option, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
My turn.
Kill that guy.
My turn.
My turn. What a waste of time. Let's go.
The enemies at the other side of this road seem so much stronger than like the enemies right here. It's weird just how much
We have
harder
the advantage.
the second half of this
Here we
area
go.
is compared to this first.
There.
My turn.
Try and conserve some CP here. Why not?
Got it.
Get another Arcus attack. Awesome, awesome.
Very well.
Need more assists come out here, but
Here.
hasn't quite panned out for
I'll
us.
handle it.
Very well.
Go.
Oh,
Go.
Broken.
got a finishing strike there. Cool. And we're not going to get one
My
here.
turn.
He's going to kill this thing with one hit. Yep.
Done. But we can't relax yet.
Oh well. Yeah, we're getting basically nothing as far as experience goes, but we are getting a little bit of mass. Got another 100 there.
We're finally back.
Oh,
My feet are killing me.
yeah, it probably has been quite a walk. We've been out here for a long time. Some new boxes. Relaxant, some Windsepth. I'll take that. Back into Bereahard. Nice red evening sky. Just about sundown. Field study activities are indeed done for the day. Gotta hand in some things and then we'll be on our way. I can get behind that. Food. Whatever that strange flying object was, doesn't seem to have come anywhere near the main thoroughfare, at least. Yeah, I mean, there'd probably be a big panic if some unidentified aircraft flew over, but... Or flying object, I should say. Didn't seem like it was aircraft. Yeah, exactly. There'd be panic in the streets, so... Anyway, quite a report to write, I imagine. Alright. How's everyone doing here? May I suggest that we... White mink fur would undoubtedly go well. They're still talking about clothes. We've been gone for hours at this point. Hey, man. Armored cars made its way towards the guardhouse at high speed not long ago. It's rather ungraceful of them. If something did happen. Very hard come from the outskirts of the Cruzen province. I came here about 3 years ago. The pay is definitely higher than you would expect from any other part of the country. Well, I mean, there's a lot of nobility here. Doesn't make sense. It makes sense that they would pay more. These guys are actually done their little day trip over here. We tried to stay over at a place called Hotel Esmeralda, but turns out you need to reserve a room or have someone's referral if you don't have a peerage. I don't actually know what that is. Alright, let's check on the kids over here. How are you two doing? Time to go home and get dinner ready. They'll be tired after work, so we want them to come home to a meal. Taking our leave then. Oh, so she's gonna go home and make dinner. They've been sitting here reading for hours at this point. Alrighty. We can maybe buy some stuff while we're here, so let's see what we can do. Get some sets handed in. What do you got? Cooling belt, nothing of note there. I thought there was weapon upgrades upstairs here with the hunting guy. Sword fencing is preferred style of swordsmanship for nobles here in Erebonia. It's gratefully a powerful style which relies on the use of a one-handed sword. Yeah, that's... So to use this as a way of fighting. Another famous school, Arcade. Yeah, we heard about that. That's Laura's. Practice both nobles and commoners alike. Interesting. So we could get some weapon upgrades, which I think would probably be worthwhile for us here. Get fee, new weapon. We still have no money here, so... Well, we got a little bit of an upgrade. Fee got a better weapon. We'll take that for now. I do not have a lot of money coming in. It's kind of an issue. Alrighty. We gotta hand in those bath salts. Oh, this doggo. Richard, who's a good boy. This is still a giant dog, man. Alright. Might I assume that you've... Here, the pink salt. Silver hourglass. Refusing to accept it would be rather rude, I suppose. Kind of amazing how much your attitudes change for uses. Well, I mean, that's nobility for you. Pretty much to be expected. So what do they give us? Silver hourglass? Oh, there it is. Art strength and speed, small silver charm, modeled after an hourglass. It occurs to me that I didn't really put accessories on anybody, and that probably could help us out incredibly, but sort of done now. We'll worry about it tomorrow. Actually, we'll do it right now, since she can benefit from that hourglass. Art strength, cooling belts, strength that prevents faint, metal fortitude. Sure. Cart badge, why not? That too. Let's give you a proxy puppet just in case, and some defense. It's kind of a negligible difference. It's like 10 points or stuff like that here and there, but still worth doing. Alright, so we're done all of our quests. Let's chat with some people around town, see if anything has really changed. Hello, Sophie. Time for us to go home. Oh. Hello, Vino. Berkshow. Wasn't this kid making... He's acting like an airship. Oh yeah, he was making car noises before. Now he's an airship. Kid's having a good time. Conan. Oh man. Waiting for his father to return from his business meeting. I did consider sightseeing on my own, but decided against it. Guess I'm a bit of a coward. That's a somewhat self-deprecating thing to say for a child. Highway can be dangerous after sundown, so try to stay away if possible. I've heard rumors of Provincial Army strengthening its forces lately, however. Perhaps the highway will become safer as a result. I'm not sure that that's really what they're intending, but it might be a beneficial side effect. Let's go check out the Noble District here. They did say that there was an armored car that made its way over to this base here. It's beginning to get dark. Return to the hotel soon. Good day, everyone. Nothing out of the ordinary report here. Interesting. So they're saying that nothing's going on. Wouldn't want a delicious meal that my butler is no doubt in the middle of preparing go to waste. Hello, little kitty. Gotta check on him. Oh, the kids are playing outside this time. To go to see Duke Alborea, but these two just won't behave. I did expect this would be the case, though. Just to stay home this year, too. Such a shame. I'm looking forward to finally introducing them to him. You'll never guess what happened. Cattell lost our ball, so we started looking for it, but then... Persimmon found us? Oh, is that... But he went into the house because Mommy and Daddy were busy, and then some stranger came along. Now Big Sis is going out. No fair. Let me show you what... Actually, I can't. It's too funny. Interesting. Let's see what's going on in here. For all the rushing about, we plan on making our way over to Duke's residence soon. After all, I must report to him, even if briefly, so on the status of the land he left in my charge. Oh, Persimmon's the butler's name. Arrangements with the Duke have now been made, so to make our way over during the evening. Okay. Almost forgot our gift for the Duke. Heard some good septium from our mines. We decided to bring it along for the Duke. Compare the septium from more established mines. We can't simply show up empty-handed. So I guess these guys are like sort of minor nobility. It sounds like maybe they're like a new noble family, so they're trying to establish themselves. They keep talking about like wanting to introduce the kids to the Baron, making sure that they're showing off, or the kids to the Duke rather, and trying to show off the Septium coming out of their minds. Off being an avid art collector, Master Gorty also considers himself a gourmet. Perhaps food for him is always a hassle due to this. What would you like to have for dinner then, sir? Not entirely sure. I don't seem to have much of an appetite, truth be told. A light meal instead. How does roasted duck with truffles for dessert sound? Doesn't sound light to me. Perhaps a greedy noble it is. Perhaps my appetite was affected by that stone. Oh yeah, this was the guy who ate that rock. Oh, that stone we went to get. Can I go upstairs? Is there anybody up here? I can't go through that door. I believe that's the guy who ate the Dryad's tear that we had to go get. Okay, so there's still a chest down there that we can't really get to. We have question marks on that door that I guess we can see. Let's chat with some more people. Trying to make sure we talk to everybody, as is often the case. Real stickler when it comes to his work. It's been 10 years since I started training. He refuses to teach me anything but the basics. Idios only knows when he'll actually let me have the reins. Son's losing his patience. Sorry to get on some real work, but it doesn't pay to be hasty. Until he can truly feel the soul of the materials he works with, couldn't possibly leave the shop in his hands. It's interesting. Turner? Is anybody else up here? Nope. Onwards and outwards. Into the factory. Davos's factory. These guys over at Aurochs Fort know how to make insane demands. I just finished up an order for a grand total of 50 orbital amplifiers for them. Not sure if what they plan on using these for. I'm starting to get sick of their attitude. Interesting. Just more little anecdotes that they are bolstering their weaponry as well. Plenty of good deals during my shopping spree. Just these, all the stores here are worth visiting too. They cost a fair bit, but we managed to get some nice things. Hey kid. Please check in quick. Alright. Hey man. Count Gordy visited Turner's store today. He's pretty famous for making really outrageous demands from time to time. Probably sums up most nobles, to be fair. Duke Albarea included. Aren't many traveling merchants like me nowadays, thanks to the tax increase. The fact that people can just use the Transcontinental Railroad to import foreign goods doesn't help either. Oh well, there's no sense of complaining. It's not going to change anything. Well, I mean, it is definitely worth complaining. It's certainly a concern. If you're going to keep taxing internal trade, then you're going to start seeing a lot of external trade, and that allows for outside forces to have a lot of impact on your country. Especially for an imperial country like this, it's concerning. Day's almost over already. I guess I'll close the gate and make my way back home then. There's a little issue with the customer's order, you see. I'm truly sorry. The price of custom-made clothing has risen recently. Please don't mind us. Feel free to... okay. Prices are going up, obviously, because of taxes. Has some very special work. We've tried to raise our price recently due to the tax increases. Yep, that's about where I expected that to go. Upfront payment of 80,000. Yikes. Did I hear that correctly? That sort of price befits a dress worn by Princess Alphen herself. Thankfully, my daughter realizes we're not the richest family and will give up on getting it made. I mean, I hope for your sake, my dude, that she does. Closing up because it's almost time for dinner. Close the shutter once customers leave. Plenty of people working here. I need to pay. That's why I gotta up the prices of everything, much as I hate to do so. If I want to complain to someone, take it to the lovely Duke. Yeah, there's a lot of tension definitely building between artisans and the Duke. It's interesting though, they don't seem to have an issue with the nobility necessarily. It seems squarely focused on the Duke himself. It's the opportunity to take a picture. The city's really pretty, but it's taking its toll on my heart. There are so many nobles, I keep getting assaulted by nerves whenever we pass by one. I guess it would be kind of panic-inducing, right? They're all kind of afraid they're going to do or say something that might get them in trouble and cause problems for them in general. Because there can be some pretty significant repercussions around here if you make the nobles angry, since it's definitely their city. Aloise! An evening snack. We can deliver it straight to your mansion, should you so desire. Well, that's appreciated. That's okay. We're known for their keen sense of aesthetics. We're always updating our lineup to reflect current tastes. We do claim to serve their needs, so striving for perfection is a must. Usual business talk. Getting nice and warm lately. I'd like to get the mansion thoroughly clean. Perhaps I'll air the entire mansion out once the party's over. Ah, there's a party happening. Oh, wasn't that the Duke's party? At the very least, we heard that the Baron was going there, so I would assume there's some sort of event or dinner happening. Perhaps the most noble of pursuits allows us to travel our lands, take everything in while we engage in fierce battles with wild beasts. Oh, oh, oh. Just thinking about it makes my blood boil with excitement. Hey, man. I appreciate you. It's nice to have a little bit of personality around here. Stan, there you go. It's not uncommon for books from the Middle Ages to be found here in Bereahard. With all the ancient mansions. I guess, yeah, with, like, very old buildings and old families like this, there must be a lot of historical texts and, like... Granted, though, probably, like, they might be a bit... revisionist? I wouldn't say revisionist. That's not accurate. They might be a bit biased towards a noble perspective, since it's all, like family documents, presumably, but still, there's a lot of history there. I bought to the store for us to handle, so please feel free to bring them any you believe are suitable. We'll gladly buy them off you, should they be deemed so. Can I sell him books? I don't think I can. I mean, I could sell him these, but these are books that I just bought. Interesting. We'll keep that in mind. Maybe there are books we can sell him that are worth something. Alright, well, talk to everybody there. We can't go to the train station. We don't have any reason to go back to the airport or the other highway. Talk to everybody in the Noble Quarter. We gotta check out the restaurant. And then we should be done for the day. This restaurant's pretty popular among nobles. Hammond's cooking is good enough to leave even the most influential ones quiet, while they appreciate just how good it is. Makes me proud to be a student. It's kind of an interesting thing where, so he's a student, right? And he talks about how great he is and how much he respects him. And then we see Turner and his son has a somewhat different perspective, obviously, because he wants to be taught more. He wants to be more involved. Not that one's right or wrong necessarily, just that it's I think it's probably deliberate that the two of them exist in the same city, so we can see the two different, like, the dichotomy between the two of them. Or juxtapose the two of them against one another. The study of cooking as new tastes is never ending. Even I still continue to learn new things. Knowledge is what allows me to satisfy nobles' ever-changing tastes. Fair enough. First time we've ever had such an extravagant date. It's maybe the only time we get to do so, too. Interesting. I wasn't doing so well and taught me on some table manners. I have to admit, that was a lifesaver. It's really expensive here, but the staff is kind. I'm glad I chose this place in the end. That's really nice to hear, actually. You're alright with sitting down here on the first floor. You are nobility, after all. Worry not. Baron Fafnir. There you go. That's a name. My family isn't exactly influential. That aside, let us get down to business. I actually received an order. Heimdall is my home, after all. I have a few connections here and there. Regardless, I'm pleased to see I could be of some help to you. Merchant Barrack. That's pretty wonderful news. You're engaged. So we don't know what the deal is about, or the order, but something's going on. Some sort of business deal. That's fine. It really does serve as a collection of random facts. Watch out, dear. Your sauce is starting to drip everywhere. Oh my, I'm terribly sorry. What do you got to say today, Keaton? Marley? Or Marl? I can't remember how I pronounced it in Chrono Trigger, but that's the same name. Do you know what the Cruzan province's most defining trait is? Enlighten me. I got its closest province to Calvard, our sworn enemy. Huh. There was once a road that led east of Bereahard all the way to Calvard. That road is long gone, however, and now the area is home to Auroch's fort. I mean, I don't know what the map looks like, granted, like off the top of my head, how far that road must have been, but it makes sense that there'd be a fort there as a result. 1 second floor. Our second floor is exclusive for nobility. Yeah, that's fine. We apologize. Everyone wants to remain on the first floor. Well, we're going up. We got some nobles in here. We're going to go chat with these guys again. Customers of commoners from Heimdall have towards us nobles, do you not? Meanwhile, my daughter's at the age where she's highly impressionable. Want her friends to at least be someone who realizes their place within our class system. That's always such a weird way to say it. Seem to be more and more people who have ties to reformists entering that academy, too. Trying not to be a shame to let all this perfectly good food go to waste after all. She's still playing music. It's almost dinner time. Hope you all enjoy your meals. It's gotta be rough playing piano for like literally hours. Make plates for her friends or at least know their place as a commoner. See, that's... It's not... How would I put this? Obviously... class-based societies have kind of fallen out of favor, right? So, and we certainly look down upon it as being a bad thing, and in many ways it is. But I think one of the bigger issues as well with the way they're talking about it is more the it's more the tone, the way they speak about it, because as opposed to presenting it as like a role thing, right, where like the nobles fulfill a role and the commoners fulfill a role, they refer to it as their place. As if it's like a derogatory thing, and it shouldn't be. Like, that's the biggest problem here. Alright, I think that's everything. So let's head back to Hotel Esmeralda. End of the day field study and return to the hotel. Let's do it. Oh, a car has arrived. That's... Oh. It's the Alborea car. Is his father in it? Oh, that's his father. Not coming to greet you, father. Although I'm here for a short time. I use this. Have returned to... Oh. It's interesting that he speaks this way. Oh. Duke Alborea. So I informed Rufus, you may do as you wish while you're here. However, you will do nothing that brings shame upon myself, nor upon the Alborea name. Well, I don't think he has, but... I understand the strictness of trying to say that. Your position and what you represent... I mean, I think Usus does a really good job of that. No time for pleasantries. Interesting. So Usus, up to this point, like, didn't even want to see his father. He didn't want to make an effort to even go to the house, right? We walked right up to it and he told us no. But then when he does see his father, he's trying to convince him, like, hey, do you want to meet my classmates? Do you want to introduce yourself? Obviously, the Duke here is rather cold about that, so... That's kind of to be expected, right? We could tell that there was some sort of tension there, but it's weird that Usus almost become, like, regresses. Like, he's speaking like a child would. You will be contacted. And he's gone. Yeah, what was that all about? That is weird. Why did he even show up if he wasn't going to say... He was just basically showing up to say, hey, don't do anything stupid, and then leave? The head of one of the 4 great houses, and the man in charge of this entire province. And by some strange twist of fate, my father as well. Forget I said that. I mean, we can all pretty easily tell Usus there's just some tension here. I don't think... It would take an idiot not to be able to figure that out. I guess it's dinner time. At this point, Reen and the others return to the rooms for a much-needed shower. Then after the short rest, they return to the restaurant at Central Plaza for dinner. Does the hotel not have their own restaurant? That's kind of weird. But there's a cafe just across the street. Might as well eat here. Also, this was Usus. He mentioned he liked this restaurant.
Here feels wonderful.
The food was delicious too.
Agreed.
I can see why this restaurant is popular with the nobles.
Fair enough.
Do you dine here often, Usus?
I do. The chef has been good to me since I was a child.
Ah, okay. So Usus comes here often, and did come here often for a long time.
I was practically raised on this food.
Ah, typical. Even in your dining habits, you nobles subsist on unnecessary luxury. Though I can't deny the quality of the food.
That's such a weird, like a backhanded compliment.
It wasn't just tasty, but warm, too. Yes. For a high-class restaurant, the chef seems to have used a lot of very healthy ingredients.
Interesting.
Perhaps he's doing his part to ensure Eustace stays in good health.
I guess that's certainly something to keep in mind if you're trying to cook consistently for, you know, nobility. You're trying to make sure that they stay healthy. He just seems quite calm all of a sudden.
I wonder what Group B is doing right now.
I would assume the same thing we're doing.
We had this exact same conversation in our group last month, too. I'm sure they're hard at work over in St. Arc. Probably nothing to worry about.
Nah, they'll be fine. Laura's over there. She's strong as heck.
It was Keldic for you last month, right? So you were thinking of us on the first night?
We were indeed.
Yeah. After dinner, we were wondering how Group B was getting on.
From what we hear, it went very poorly.
Dare I ask?
Well,
Nowhere near as peacefully as now. This is a big improvement.
I kind of figured that much.
Yeah, it sounded like it went pretty bad.
we are doing much better this time. That much is true.
Huh? And I'm sure our reports will reflect that.
The wonders of having a ceasefire between Machias and
It is an
Usus.
improvement, though I'm not convinced it's good enough.
It's not?
I'm certain Group B gave their absolute best in all of their tasks today. But can we honestly say the same? That we could have done no better?
I think he's going to probably refer to Reen's injury.
And I'm referring not just to the monster encounter, but to the handling of our other tasks as well.
I mean, we delivered the Dryads tier. That went sideways. We kind of pressured the Bath Salts guys because they were scared of us. And then Auroch's Fort, the whole boss fight kind of went kind of poorly. And then we botched the Arcus link. And then Reen got hurt as a result of it, which is going to need to go in the report. So, yeah, it probably isn't. I'd give it like a C.
We'll just have to try and make up for it in the day we have left. Besides, we had the chance to catch sight of a far bigger problem.
Yes, that's true.
First, we find out taxes are rising throughout the province. Then, we find out the military is being expanded on a grand scale.
I mean, put two and two together, right?
Don't even try to tell me the two aren't related.
I have no intention of denying it, but you're only looking at one side of the coin.
I mean, it's certainly limited. Our perspective is really only here in Bereahard. We don't really know what it looks like elsewhere. We do know the taxes are obviously impacting more civilian centers like Keldic, but here it seems like they're bolstering the military. And as far as trade goes, like sales, they mentioned that all the prices are going up, but since most of the customer base is nobility, I don't think they're that affected because they have a surplus of money anyway, right?
Exactly how many Oxen tanks do you think the Imperial Army has under their control?
Yeah, but they're the Imperial Army. That's the point. They're the central government. They're supposed to have the standing army that defends the Empire.
Well,
I can't really understand that perspective. Like, I get that there's the reformist and noble factions, obviously, as far as the political sphere is concerned. But to contest that the Imperial Army should in some way try and equalize versus provincial armies makes zero sense.
100 or 2, I'd guess.
Precisely. The Imperial Army's military capabilities are enormous. This nation has one of the most powerful armed forces on the continent, and roughly 70% of it is under the Chancellor's control. Tell me, how is the Noble Alliance supposed to counter that?
But that implies here that they're already looking at this as if they are two separate groups, as if they're two separate countries. Like, it's almost, obviously it's like a Cold War, if you will, like the two are in an arms race. But the fact of the matter is they are both the same nation, regardless of their faction loyalty.
So you're suggesting that's why the provincial army needs to bolster its forces?
Considering both sides are comprised of Erebonians, it all seems so wasteful.
Exactly, that's where I'm getting at. Reen here has the right perspective. It's like, what kind of argument is that? Oh, we need to make sure we can defend ourselves from ourselves?
Ah, the travails of youth. How noble and beautiful they are.
Oh no, it's this guy.
It's you.
Baron Blue Blanc, I believe?
Baron Blue White.
It's such an honor that you would remember a mere baron.
I already don't like him.
I see you've completed a hard day's work already. How splendid!
Yes, nearly.
What about you?
Alas, I have yet to be blessed with the fateful encounter I seek.
And what might that be?
The search for beauty is filled with perils and obstacles, yet that is precisely what makes it all so beautiful.
Is that so?
Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay.
Yeah, can you go away?
I most certainly will. Though it truly is a pity that the clear air of this verdant city should be tinged, if but faintly, with the scent of steel.
So, this guy, the way that he's speaking seems a bit exaggerated, right? I wonder if it's an act, because what he's saying here is obviously implying that he knows very well what's going on as far as the military, bolstering and whatnot. Not that many of the civilians that we've encountered have really mentioned anything as far as forces or tanks or anything like that. Like, they've all talked about the tax increase, but no one seems to imply that they know that those taxes are being spent on arms like we do. Except for this guy.
I'd heard that Duke Albarea was a man of many interests, but I was unaware he counted playing with fire among them.
Interesting.
I don't condemn him for it, though, for only by playing with fire can one create fireworks.
What is that supposed to mean?
Would you not agree, my friends?
I don't like your implications.
Yeah, like, that's... What?
And I think this whole line of conversation is a little inappropriate.
Oh, please do pardon me, young lady. I meant no harm, I assure you.
I think you did.
I wish you well on your remaining day here. May you reveal to me the beauty I seek by its end, be it the lovely luster of success or the sad splendor of failure.
This guy is super suspicious.
Who does he think he is? This is why I can't stand nobles.
Yeah, okay, that's where we're going with this, Machias.
I thought you might say that. If it makes you feel better, though, I have my doubts as to whether that man truly is a noble to begin with.
Yeah, it seems pretty unlikely.
What?
His behavior seems so exaggerated.
Exactly.
Almost as if he's trying to act like the quintessential noble. Like he's fulfilling the stereotype.
Yeah, something about him feels off to me, too.
Definitely.
But what's even stranger is that he knew we only have one day left here.
Ooh, Reen's paying really close attention to the things that he says, so he knew exactly how long we were going to be here.
You're right.
We told him of our field study, but never once did we divulge how long we intended to remain here.
That's very suspicious.
Between him and that silver object, we've been crossing paths with a lot of strange people today.
Well, tomorrow's the end of our stint here. We can't let ourselves get distracted. We still have a lot to do.
That's right. We have to do our group proud.
Exactly.
We should return to the hotel and begin work on our reports then.
Alrighty.